So, we don't have any lawsuits right now, do we? We have any lawsuits?
Not personally.
No. I don't think the business either. I don't think we've ever had
Actually.
one.
All right,
That-
we're live on YouTube.
Okay.
Live on YouTube as
Cool.
well.
Yeah,
You going to welcome people?
I think so. Hi, if you're on YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
We are just talking over coffee, current events.
Yeah. And this is pulling shots, right?
This is pulling shots.
Pulling shots. You got to pull shots.
Yeah, you really do.
Yeah. Well,
And if you're on TikTok, we have a little better experience on YouTube with the mics and 3 cameras. This is my phone.
this is all kind of new. Oh, wait, this is just your phone right now? dude?
TikTok.
Okay.
Kirk's got the YouTube.
Okay. And the YouTube's coming through the cameras?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Hopefully
wired.
we get it all streamlined some point. But
Yeah, no, it's still an odd market. We in February of this year, the coffee market hit $4 a pound for the first time in history. I mean, that's since Adam and Eve, first time in history. But coffee wasn't even discovered when Adam and Eve were around. It was a long time later. So here we are, hit $4 again. Just Tuesday of this week, it's just relentless.
it
It's
hit
not-
4 again.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think it opened up at 392 today. So, what does that mean? So that means the commodity market that's where it's resting. So typically the coffees we buy are, $2-3 over the commodity market. Then you got shrinkage, and that's how it gets up to the higher prices, manufacturing costs, shipping costs.
Yeah, 390.
Yeah.
It's going down right now. It was at the close at 390,
Closed at
393,
yesterday.
and it hit 411. When was that? A couple days ago, it
Yeah.
hit 411.
Pretty nasty.
That's rough.
Then that combined with the tariffs, that's the way tariffs work. It comes out of right now the Brazil market's hit, and the Indonesian market. And I'm not sure why we have such a high tariff, but Brazil roasts about cheapers almost a third of the coffee in the world, and they're buying their petroleum from India, who buys that same petroleum from Russia. So we're trying to put the hammer down on Russia so they stop the war in Ukraine. So the U.S. gives them a 50% tariff.
That's crazy.
I know, it's just, and so we're caught up in the middle of all that political drama.
Yeah.
So when the ship hits the port, the tariffs are the importers have to pay for the tariffs before they release the cargo. So you're paying a $2. Say if the Brazil coffee comes in, not the coffee we buy, but just the Brazil coffee comes in at the commodity trading market at say $4 a pound, they're hit with a $2 increase just to get before they can even get to the container.
Yeah.
So it
That's-
doubles the price that they're paying for it right out of the gate. And
Yeah.
I don't know, everybody. We've been eating. I have to hand it to everybody here. We have absorbed the tariff increase to our customers at this point. I'm not
Mhm.
sure if we can maintain that.
We'll see. I know Trump and the president or whatever official name, if the top guy in Brazil, I know they're meeting. So we'll see how that goes.
Next week or
I don't know. Sometime soon. I don't really know. They probably don't say the exact time or date or location, but yeah, I don't know. That's kind of crazy.
yeah.
But
We should call Darren. Should we call Darren one of our brokers out of New York?
Danner,
Danner, yeah.
I don't know.
Danner,
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this Death Wish thing, I'm looking through. It looks like Liquid Death is thinking about launching coffee line,
Of course they are.
and Death Wish is saying they have an established death trademark in the coffee industry.
They must think death sells. How can death?
I don't
How
know.
can death? I mean, who would ever think that if you put like, instead of calling Snickers, it's called Death Eater.
Yeah.
You know, who would think that
Liquid
anything with
death.
death in it would
Liquid
sell?
death.
Have you ever drank anything that said, have you ever drank a Death Wish?
Not Death Wish. I do like, we sell Liquid Death in our stores, actually.
No, we do?
Yeah.
People buy it?
Yeah. But
That's
I don't know.
sad.
Okay.
Has anybody died?
mm,
Kirk, has anybody died?
Everyone who has gotten that stuff has murdered their thirst for pain.
apparently.
Apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. Anything that I sent yesterday you want to look over? I mean, one big thing is Keurig and Dr. Pepper looks like they're going to split apart, sort of. So was that about a decade ago? Keurig, Dr. Pepper combined, Keurig, the K-Cup coffee, and Dr. Pepper, obviously the soda, they combined. It's been about, 2018 is when it officially merged. I remember the big thing because right when we got into Office Coffee, that was part of the Tassimo unit. They were owned by Keurig,
Oh, that's right.
and that's where it affected us a little bit.
We still have about a half a dozen Tassimo units
Yeah,
back
those
there
are
in our
sitting-
warehouse. Those are nice machines. I can't believe it.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess they're going to split apart into, I mean, I think under the same parent company, but I think the thing that happened is they bought Pete's Coffee at $16 billion.
Who would have known? And Pete's Coffee, if you
The
remember,
merger.
Pete's Coffee, Howard Fisher was working for Pete's up in Oregon.
Yeah.
Howard Fisher that started Starbucks was selling
Howard Schultz.
Howard Schultz. He was selling like coffee brewers and coffee equipment, and then he ended up partnering. He ended up being part of. He was working for Pete's, and then he bought out all the investors at the Pike's Place coffee shop, and
Yeah.
just ran it up himself. Are
Yeah.
you sure? Are you sure that's right? That Pete sold? That's a lot. 16 billion.
Yeah. Because I mean, that's just, I don't know. I had to put 3 different articles into ChatGPT because I didn't understand the terminology they were using, and like 2 of them I couldn't. It was like behind a paywall, so I just kind of had.
So what are
The
we doing?
chat
What are we doing
summaries.
in our stores? I see one of our stores, a West Des Moines store, a retail store, really is decked out for Halloween. I don't think it's conservatively done, so kudos to whoever did that. I'm thinking probably Abby,
Yeah.
but it looks really good. And
It does.
so what kind of
Right around
drinks do we
Halloween.
have for the holidays?
We are just using our proper pumpkin syrup.
So you have
So it's proper, and then we got a few drinks that we made with it.
those have really
Yeah.
gone over well.
Proper is good. Yeah, I think we really like Proper, the glass bottles, and it kind of,
You can taste the
highlights it.
difference.
yeah, I think you can. It's definitely has a more natural.
Well, there's no preservatives in Proper, is there?
No, yeah, the ingredient list, you can actually read it, which is kind of nice. Just got like 7 ingredients, and you
I've
know
never
what
heard
everything
anybody
is.
say it that way. You can actually read the ingredient list.
Yeah, so they do a good job. I mean, we could never move all of our stuff to them, but I think the specials.
Well, what's our low end syrup?
Yeah.
We have 2
we
or
have
3
a
syrups.
low-end one.
Well, I mean, as far
I
as
mean,
what
1883
is
Tarani,
yeah.
Monin, a little bit of Monin,
I didn't mean low end. I mean, what is the
the more widespread
yeah.
syrups. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's so funny when we first started into business 30 some years ago, the only syrup out there was Tarani. I don't think there were options. And then Da Vinci came around, and then it started taking off. But who would have thought that it was going to end up into coffee is just a small part of the such a small part of the drink component. If a cafe a cafe sells more milk than they do coffee, and that's
Yeah.
even true in our places. Our milk bill is higher than our coffee bill at our retail stores. It's truly amazing. And one thing to think about, and so we haven't passed on our tariffs. We're
Mhm.
absorbing them. I think our importers are absorbing some of it, but they're passing the bulk of the tariff increase along to us. That happened in July, and so we bought ahead, knowing that the tariff increase was coming. So we're running out of those coffees now. Well, we ran out actually in September, and so we're absorbing it all. And we promised our customers that we will absorb it through the end of the year, and we'll see. Hopefully, the tariffs go away, but then at that point, we'll have to decide what to do. But Josh crunched some numbers for me
Mhm.
on the cost of um, if we raise our price $1 a pound to our stores, that increases the amount of a double espresso or a 12-ounce coffee by only 3 cents.
Yeah.
That's not very much.
Mm-mm.
So
Yeah, when you break it down all the way to the per espresso shot, yeah,
yeah, so there's
goes
a
a long
lot of
ways.
things that retailers need to take in mind when it's just not the price they're paying for the coffee. You got the syrup, you got the coffee, you have the dairy or the nut or oat milk that you're putting into it, and then anything else that you would add to it. So, and then your margins on coffee drinks are pretty good anyway. So for us anyway at our stores.
Mhm.
We've
Yeah.
priced ourselves. I had a retailer from Iowa just call the other day, and they said, we want to um, we're putting a new menu together, and we're before we put our prices in, we would just want to see what you guys are going to be doing if you're going to have a price increase soon. And so I wrote back to her, and I explained to her that just kind of what I said, that we hope we don't. But the reality of a market that's kind of playing ping pong with itself, um, we don't know where it's going to land.
Mm.
So we would just have to wait and see. But then I ran down the cost of the coffee that's in a drink beverage, and I think that would be a little more soothing for retailers, cafe owners.
Mhm.
I think, don't you? That all sound right? Did that make you feel a little bit better?
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, I was following.
Okay. All right.
I'm just kind of looking up through. So Panera is testing out specialty coffee drinks in a few 65 of their spots in Baltimore and in Nashville. So that's
Okay.
kind of interesting. They're always kind of trying out new things.
Well, yeah. I know during COVID, everybody was re-examining what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I know the Panera that's closest to us um, did a major revamp and put a drive-through in.
Yeah.
That, putting a drive-through into an existing brick and mortar standalone isn't the easiest thing to do.
No. Yeah, it's
Were you surprised to see that?
yeah, at least the ones in Des Moines don't have a good location. I feel like for those type of things. Like when you think of a Starbucks, like the In and Out or like a
Oh,
7
oh,
Brew,
I
like
see.
you're right on a main axis.
You have a
Where
lot of turns.
Panera's, I mean, there's a Panera in our town that's in a bank on a back road, and there's one that you can barely see from the streets.
Ah,
There's one I didn't even know. I drive by every day. I didn't know for a while.
yeah,
It's,
no, yeah, no, so true, so true. But we have the Starbucks that's going in the south side of 22nd Street by the freeway.
mhm.
You 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 have to make a lot of turns to get back into it. But I don't question Starbucks on that location. I think it's a good location. But then after they put a store, built a brick and mortar store, which is about over $3 million to do a project like that, because we priced one out and we couldn't, it didn't cost, it wouldn't even cash flow with our numbers, but their numbers are different.
Mm-hmm.
And so we know the price of the build outs are like 3.5 million. But they built a brick and mortar on Merle Hay in Johnston that they're closing down. And they just had another store there 15 years ago, 200 yards away, it was an end cap that they closed up. So I guess I kind of question their ability to pick locations based upon that, but
Yeah, they're always moving around.
they do but that costs a lot. You don't want to just move around to move around.
Yeah, it's probably just an overall theme. Like they are in the top. I don't know. They just always have the best location. They're always convenient. They're always there.
But you
top of
don't open a
mind.
store to close it, you want to
No,
keep
but
it open. Well, I guess they didn't know that Caribou was going to open a store exactly maybe less than a quarter mile away on the same side of the road, which has, a little better visibility even. So I doubt a Caribou could put out what happened?
Oh no, just on my phone.
We still up on YouTube?
Yeah.
Is it live on YouTube?
That was just. I don't know. I'm just looking at. I don't know. People come and go on TikTok. No. Yeah,
Well, we got to be exciting, to have them stay so they don't come and go.
That's true.
So what do you think? Is that pretty much it for the day?
No, I think we're still looking through the. Kirk, what did you send me? Sorry.
Perfect Daily Grind article about how roasters can prepare for volatile coffee prices.
Oh yeah.
Just had some interesting stuff. Some of the things that you guys were touching on earlier.
Well, yeah, you prepare. You can prepare if you're not buying Brazil. You can prepare by. If you are a roaster, you probably bring in a Peru or a Colombian. That's what we're doing. Yeah, instead of using a Brazil in some of our blends that we have established that we're going to have to substitute, and we're just going to have to cup to make sure we get the same taste, flavor profiles.
Yeah.
Body moving into it, but I think we can do pretty good because it is a blend. But standalone, that goes away. Origin, if you're buying Origin, that just goes away. So
yeah, I think that's kind of. We're probably going to be, if it goes long term, we're probably going to be kind of finding other things to.
Yeah, well, the industry, the market's so huge. We'll figure it out.
No, we will.
Yeah, I'm not too worried.
It
Yeah, hey,
seems-
did you see recently with instant coffee? What's
I
up
don't
with
know if I find
instant
that.
coffee? Kirk, have
Okay.
you ever had an instant coffee?
My chagrin.
I haven't.
Instant coffee beat drip. Okay.
I think
So
that's
on
bogus.
The Guardian, the headline is instant coffee just beat drip. We were stunned too. So they tried instant coffee. They blind tasted instant coffee to drip coffee, and I guess most people liked the instant coffee behind the blind taste test.
I think, you know what? It's just like a survey. It's just like a political survey. It's just like anything. I don't know that. Where were they? Were they if they were in a European country like Norway or Sweden, perhaps, because that's a lot of the Sankas. Where's Sanka sold primarily?
Sanka?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where Sanka is.
Where is freeze-dried coffee sold most predominantly?
Yes, 77% of participants favored instant coffee over drip. Yeah.
It would be interesting to see how that cup is set up.
Yeah, I think it was a setup.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think
Have you ever had instant coffee?
I have.
Do you like it? Starbucks has a little package you tear open.
I mean, it's kind of like if you think about like a frozen strawberry, frozen fruit, like you freeze it at the optimal time, and then
Yeah, like I.
then it
yeah.
kind of keeps the flavor in for as long as it's there.
Mm-hmm. Instant
think
quick
it's-
frozen coffee.
I think it's kind of the same. Like it keeps the flavor in. I mean, obviously, if you're just going to eat a banana, it's better if it's just a regular banana. But if you're making a smoothie or
But what about the romance with it? What about the
I mean,
the
that's
celebration?
that's just the taste, I guess.
I know the event. I mean, could you imagine setting up a little cupping and everybody has like a teaspoon of powder? Okay, we're going to cup this coffee. Is the water at 200 degrees? Okay, everybody put their spoon of freeze-dried Sanka and start stirring. Okay, stir 7 times this way and 7 times that way. Okay, we're ready to drink. Is that what do you think? Is that how Kirk? Is that how it happens?
I mean, I don't know. I just think coffee's such a convenience at this point where if you're in the morning and you just want something that is consistent and works and you don't want to deal with it, I think freeze dried coffee's
Okay,
gonna be the way to
I'm
go.
going to buy some stir-in coffee this week and try it.
I mean, you see that the top, that's what Blue Bottle has been doing for about a year or two.
Really, Blue Bottle out of California.
Yeah. And Black and White Roasters out of North Carolina, they've been doing that.
They just were merged, I think, too. A merger.
But so some of the bigger, I mean, so they're freeze drying their best coffees. And I mean, you get a pack for like, I don't know, probably like $2 each. Yeah. And it's just, you put that in a coffee and
Well, let's
it's
take a
just
look at it. Maybe we have something we just
the way to go. I don't know. I can see it going. I mean, when you think of like, I don't know, drive-through coffee, it's convenient. It's not the best coffee, but it's right there.
you know, I just can't get my head around it. There's no way that's going to, because you don't, it's not, can you imagine pulling up through a drive-through and stirring a powder into someone's drink and pass it through the window?
Well, it's not a
Charge
drive-through.
them $5?
That's not a, I don't want to be through a drive-through.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Kurt?
I mean, you don't give a barista a chance to perform and show their skills. They're just showing spoon skills and how to stir.
Or they're just pulling a knob on a.
You can't minimize it. I mean, it's real. It's big stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, people win thousands and thousands of dollars by barista competitions.
That just die. Okay.
Are we done?
Yeah.
I think Charlie's here. I think I got to go out and talk to him.
Okay. Sounds good. I think we can be done.
All right. Well, we went for almost half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
We're still on.
Oh, we got 2 followers. No, just got 1. Okay.
Sorry, you asked me my opinion on the whole freeze-dried coffee thing. I think it's just more of a convenience thing. I don't think that they can ever match what it would be for just to make a regular brew of drip specialty coffee. I think the specialty side of like how good those cups can get is always going to shine through. Yeah. But I think that they're just going to keep innovating freeze-dried coffee just for the convenience of the consumer, just because the average consumer is going to have less and less expendable income. So that's one way I think maybe companies are going to innovate to try to get the average bill.
Well, that sounds discouraging. The average consumer is going to have less and less expendable income. That means that you're going to have to move back into my basement.
Maybe.
Kirk, get a room for you too, bro. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see that. I think people are.
No, I can't.
Yeah. Okay. Not because of that. It's going to be more expensive.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like right now, it's going for, I don't know. There's that Nescafe stuff that's been out for.
I know. I'm gonna
decades,
buy
so,
some, and I'm gonna try it this week. I'm curious now.
Yeah,
I need to go to Starbucks and buy that little packet.
you go for it. Okay. Cool. Well, if you stuck around, thank you. Anybody on YouTube, Kirk?
Not one.
Not one. Okay.
We
Right.
just want that one.
We tried.
Yeah.
All right.